Hello everyone and welcome to a Replica Airguns blank gun video. My name is Michael K and today we're looking at two products from ROHM. The first one is the ROHM RG-88 and then we have the Le Petit ROHM RG-59 right here. Now the RG-88 is a 9mm P.A.K blank shooter, so it shoots these blank rounds here, and the RG-59 is a .380 cal revolver. You see here, if I can get this to focus, there we go. Slightly different cartridges, similar in dimensions, but the .380 is shorter, you'll see. And that does play a little bit of a role in what the RG-59 can shoot. So let's go over some of the specifications really quickly. Both of these guns are German products, made in Germany. Again, the RG-88 uses the 9mm P.A.Ks. The RG-59 shoots the .380 crimped blanks. The 88 is a semi-auto, whereas the 59 is a revolver, as you can see. The 88 holds 7 rounds, the 59 holds 5 rounds. The RG-88 is 1.3 pounds, and the RG-59 is 1 pound. Now that might seem light, but they're both fairly heavy for their size. They have a great feel to them. Now they're both front-firing guns with semi-plug barrels, so what I mean by that is the barrels are open, but there's a little metal rod that runs the length of the barrel to stop you from trying to shoot anything out of it, because it is a blank gun. It's not meant to fire anything other than gas and flame. Now the RG-88 is black, and we do sell this RG-88 in our Canadian store in the black finish. We also sell the RG-59 in the Canada store, even though this one's two-tone. I got this one before we started carrying them, but we do carry it in the nickel or silver version, and we do carry it in the black version. We don't carry it in the two-tone. Same gun, just slightly different finishes. Now they are loose replicas of some other real-world guns, but they're not actual replicas of any guns in production. Now here in Canada, we can't really have a blank gun that is styled exactly after a gun in production, or it would be prohibited. So because of that, they're not going to look exactly like a specific gun. Now the RG-88, I would say, looks closest to a Walther P.K. It's very similar in design. And of course the RG-59 is closest to a sort of Smith & Wesson styled stub-nose revolver. Now both of these guns come in boxes of sorts. The RG-88 comes in a blue plastic box. Inside the box you get foam and you get your flare adapter, your manual, of course. I'm not going to open it up, it's just a basic manual, and you get your cleaning rod. So you do get a nice plastic hard shell case with the RG-88. With the RG-59 Le Petit, you do get this box. Now I do want to mention something. You notice it says Le Petit on it. You'll notice it says Le Petit on the frame. These guns were originally made in Germany, and some of them still are, but they were purchased by Umarex. I'm not exactly sure where they're making them. I'm pretty sure they're making them still in Germany, but they have changed them a little bit. They may or may not say Le Petit on them anymore. They may or may not come in this box. The one I'm reviewing today did, so I'm showing you as it came. If you buy one from our store, it may not come exactly as shown, okay? It may not come in the exact same box. It may not have the exact same writing on it, but the basic gun will be the same. Again, cleaning rod, flare adapter, you get this nice felt, at least I did, and I got this sort of almost like a gift box. I'm going to quickly compare these guns to some other guns. So first off, as I said, the ROHM is sort of styled after a P.K. Now this isn't a P.K. I can't own a real P.K. here in Canada. It's too short, it would be prohibited. So I can't really show you a real gun, but this is pretty close. This is this is a Kimar Lady K, and it's styled after a P.K. You can see how the design is very similar. I don't know if the P.K. has a decocker. Nope, decocker on that one. The RG-88 does, but you'll see that the magazine style, the shape of the gun, even how it comes apart in field strips is the same. Okay? Now, getting back to the RG-59, I have here an RG-56. Very, very similar guns. If you buy this in the black, it'll look pretty much like this. The difference being the RG-56 is a .22 and it holds 7 shots. Whereas the 59 is the 380 cal and it holds 5 shots. Okay, so that's really the big difference between the 56 and the 59. Other than that, they look very similar. Now I just want to show you one other gun just because I want to. This is our little Joe. Now we don't sell it in the nickel. I just happened to acquire this one after the fact. Kind of hard to get this one in nickel, but I really like it. It's nice. We do sell this one in black, and so keep that one in mind. And this one's a 22 as well. Nice little gun, as you can see. Alright, so we're going to do a quick walk around. I might as well start with the RG-59 all metal gun. This will be fairly quick. Again, may or may not have Le Petit written on some of the newer versions. Should say RG-59 on it. This is the two-tone, right? You've got your, now this is basically your cylinder release. Push it forward, okay? You have your metal hammer, single and double action, okay? Plastic grips. I'm just going to show you around before I show you the actual ammo in it. Got your markings here. Now it says 9mm, but use the 380 because our 9mm P.A.K is too long. And I'll show you that in a second. Mostly all metal. Nice branding on it. Okay, you can see here, that's the rod I'm talking about. And if you can see how you can see actually through it. Okay. Now one thing I want to mention about these guns is there's a lot of metal in them. Not much in the actual frame, except for you'll find that there's metal in the pins and the screws. Okay. In that little pin there, metal. Cylinder isn't that much metal in it, but then look at this. The barrel is metal, which is nice because there's a little more force in the barrel. And even though the wrapping around the barrel isn't metal, the inner barrel is metal. There goes my... So I'm going to show you this ammo and why one of them works and one of them doesn't work. That's your 380, fits nice. That's your 9mm. You can see the problem right there, right? One sticks out. So the 9mm is a little too long for this gun. Alright. Really nice. Nice size. Okay, let's take a look at the RG-88 quickly here. I'm going to just show you around quick. Alright. Pretty much all metal. Again, this one has a decocker, which is quite nice. So your safety is a decocker. There's no slide catch on this gun, so if this magazine is empty, last round stays back, pull your magazine out, load her up, put a new one in. Now when you put a new one in, then you just pull the slide back and it goes forward. So it doesn't have a slide catch release, it's all internal. Okay, metal. You notice here this is metal. Got a little bit of a springiness to it. This is single and double action. Okay. On the other side you can see here your ejection port, your 9mm P.A.K markings made in Germany. Alright. Got some other markings on this, on the chamber area there. Plastic grips. Let's take a look at the barrel. Now to get the slide to lock back, you have to put the magazine in because it's all internal. You can see in here. There we go. You can see the light in there. That is your metal rod. But it is front firing. Both of these guns are front firing. And again, metal barrel. Okay, metal pins, metal extractor. All the parts that are going to really see a lot of sort of wear and tear on them, like the barrel extractor, things like that. That's where you're going to find the metal parts. Okay, I'll just show you. This is a double stack, or sorry, a single stack magazine, so you can only get 7 rounds in it. Okay, I'm not going to chamber any rounds because they are live, and I don't want to do that. But I will be taking this gun outside and shooting it for you really quickly during this review, just so you can see it. Okay, again, quickly look around. Sights, you really don't need to worry too much about the sights. I didn't mention that. Sighting isn't obviously that important with a blank gun. This has just got the sort of groove sight, whereas your 88 has your typical sights, notch sight. Alright, one thing I want to quickly do before I forget is just field strip this RG-88. Really easy to do. Put the hammer back, just put this off to the side, slide. Sorry, I'm out of focus here, but out of picture. I'm a little tight in on this camera angle, but hammer back, pull this down, slide back and forward. That easy, just like your standard P.A.K. And again, you can see here, all metal. At least the barrel is. Alright, I don't know so much about that chamber being metal, but the barrel is. Now, there we go. A lot of times with these guns, if the spring is kind of in the wrong position, you won't be able to get the barrel through it. And once you get that spring in the right position, you can just put the slide back and down, no problem. Alright. So at this point, I'm going to take you outside really quickly, show you this gun shooting. I'll do that in high definition, regular speed, and also lower definition but slow speed, so you can see the guns shooting in slow motion as well. Alright, that was fun. It's always fun shooting these blank guns. I enjoy it. Let's talk a little bit about some of the pros and the cons. These are very well made, German made guns with an all metal construction, and they do have some reinforced steel in some of the areas where they're going to see a little bit more pressure and more wear. They're both front firing and they come with the flare adapters. They both are fairly large caliber, so they're not 22, they're both either 9mm or 380 crimped. So they have a bigger bang than a 22 would have. It's nice that they come with the flare adapters, the cleaning rods, and in the cases as well. And right now these are really some of the only blank guns available here in Canada, because for the most part a lot of blank guns are just really hard to get. And you may ask the question, why can you get these and why can you not get some others? Well, it comes down to the importers and how far they're willing to go to bring products like this into Canada. Now, most importers that were bringing in a lot of these P.A.K guns and some of the other blank guns that we carried, they've just decided not to pursue it. Now with these guns, the importers that we bring them in from have gone to the effort to bring these specific blank guns in and go through the red tape and whatnot to bring them in. Now hopefully they can bring some other varieties in so that we'll be able to provide you with some other manufacturers. But for now, this is what we have, and to be honest, they're really a great product. And I personally feel that they're better than the P.A.K guns and very close in quality to the Zeraki guns that we used to get. Now there weren't very many cons to really speak of, but one of them would be that they're not any actual real replica of any specific gun, and that has to do with our Canadian laws. If I had a blank gun that said Walther P.P.K on it and looked exactly like a P.P.K, that would be considered potentially to be a prohibited gun, which makes it a lot more difficult to import, acquire, and own here in Canada. Now the RG-59 only works with the 380 crimped, even though it says 9mm on it. Don't buy 9mm blanks for it. Buy the 380 crimped, unless you can find the shorter 9mm blanks. Now again, due to the fact that there's a fairly high demand for blank guns and a low supply, the price is a little bit higher than they used to be. So they may be out of your price range if you're looking to get a blank gun here in Canada. Alright, so that wraps up this tabletop and shooting review for the ROHM, RG-88 and RG-59 blank guns. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also make sure to subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. Again, these guns are available in our Canada Replica Airguns Store, so come on down and check them out. And also check out my written review for these guns where I have some additional photos for you. I also have a whole bunch of other reviews and information over at ReplicaAirguns.com. So thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.